is your destiny delayed? Are you behind in life? Those are questions to ask yourself. You want to look at just everything that has happened in your life. You want to examine, have you been able to accomplish any kind of goals? Have you even set any goals for yourself? And have you achieved those goals that you've set out for yourself? Have you prayed for your purpose and your calling from God? Has He given it to you? He's placed those desires in your heart, and have you acted on those desires? If those answers are no, you may be delaying your destiny and what all that God has for you. Simply because of many different factors. It could be fear, it could be a fear of being seen, a fear of being heard, just being disobedient. The plans that God has for you, the desires that He has placed in your heart, maybe those aren't what you truly want to do. Maybe He placed in your heart to be a teacher and you want to start your own business, or you want to work in real estate. No matter what the case is for you, fear of rejection, procrastination, it is still important to be obedient to God. Now we're going to talk about some reasons why you may have been delaying your destiny. And the first one is you're waiting for God's timing. You're waiting for God's perfect timing. Everything's going to align. Everything's going to go great. It's just going to be the perfect time, the perfect setting, the perfect situation. No, that's not always how it works. Right now is God's timing. He's just waiting for you to say yes. You're not waiting for God. God is waiting for you. Keep in mind, delayed obedience is still disobedience, because God's timing, once He places those desires in your heart, is now. His timing is right now. That means you act on it immediately. Ecclesiastes 11:4 says, "Whoever watches the wind will not plant. Whoever looks at the clouds will not reap." If you're always waiting for the perfect time, you'll never step into what God has planned. There is no perfect time, just God's time that is now. Stop waiting for the situation to be perfect, for the conditions to be perfect, because there is no such thing as perfect. When God has a plan, He has a calling on your life. It's important for you to take those action steps right now and put it into play. Next, maybe you're just not taking aligned action. So it's so important to take an action step to whatever those goals, whatever those desires are God has placed into your heart. James 2:26 says, "Faith without works is dead." It's one thing to believe what God has for you in your destiny, but if you don't take any action steps, what are you doing? Where are you going to be? You're not going to be able to accomplish your destiny. Whether it's writing a book or starting a business, it doesn't matter what it is. Just make sure you're taking action steps towards that. Yes, you can pray, but it's not enough just to pray and just to have those desires in your heart and then just pray about it. But then you're stagnant. You're like paralyzed. You want to take action steps. Even if you can take small steps, it doesn't matter. Just take those small steps, put an action plan into place, because God honors your obedience. And always remember, it is never too late to start. The next reason why your destiny may be delayed is the enemy. The enemy wants to keep you stuck. He does not want you to take action. He does not want you to pray about your destiny. He does not want you to act on those desires that God has placed on your heart. Why? Because if He keeps you stuck, if He keeps you paralyzed, then you don't have to act out your destiny and your calling, which is great, wonderful, magnificent, and can create great impact in this world and bring people into the kingdom and expanding the kingdom. So He does not want that. The enemy will send all kinds of distractions. You could have many idols in your life. An idol is just anything that you're putting before God. So that might be your phone, that might be social media, that might be a boyfriend, a husband, food. It could be anything that you are making an idol, that you are making a distraction that is hindering your destiny, hindering your calling, hindering you from truly being obedient to God and carrying out your purpose. But always remember that God gives us the strength. When we are weak, He is strong. We can change it by focusing on God, focusing on God's word, meditating on the word day and night, and just asking Him for that strength, and He will give it to us, because He is always with us. He is always near. So just pray, get your mind refocused on what's important, and eliminate the distractions and kill the idols. Last reason you might be delaying your destiny is because you don't trust God, or you have a fear of the unknown. You're not sure what's going to happen next, or you don't know what God has for you next. You don't know the plans. You don't have everything figured out. And you're used to having every detail figured out. But guess what? Now you have to let God be in control of all that. You have to submit your plans and everything you thought you had figured out, submitting it all to God. You have to remember that you don't have to have all the answers. You just have to be obedient to God. Continue to pray, and He's going to give you the process. He's going to give you the steps to take. He's going to provide you with all of the resources. Just remember that God sees the bigger picture, and He already has things prepared for you. He already has the whole process figured out. You just need to trust Him. Now let's go over some practical steps for you to stop delaying your destiny. And the first one is stop waiting for perfect timing. This was one I struggled with so badly, just always waiting for the perfect time. Always waiting for the perfect time to do what God called me to do. He placed those desires in my heart, and I'm just waiting. Maybe this isn't the perfect time. Maybe in a year it'll be the perfect time. I just need to pray some more about it. Maybe I need to do this. I need to ask this person, or I need to ask that person. No, the timing is right now. You need to start right now. God has placed those desires in your heart. He's giving you some kind of direction. If He hasn't, pray for that direction and just start now. Ask God for that courage and that strength and that boldness to do what He has called you to do. Second step, pray for clarity. Ask God, I'm not sure exactly what you want me to do. I'm not sure exactly how. Can you please give me clarity and give me direction on this desire that maybe you have placed into my heart? Give me clarity and direction on my purpose, on who I'm exactly supposed to be serving. And God will give it to you. Just trust Him. The third step is breaking free from fear. God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind, says 2 Timothy 1:7. God has not given us fear. He does not want us fearful and anxious and worrisome. He wants us to be content in Him, to have peace in Him. Ask God for that peace. Ask God for that contentment over this situation. Pray over what your true calling or your true destiny is. Meditate on God's word, and He will talk to you. He will lead you. He will guide you, and He will give you peace. And when you feel that peace, that's when you know, okay, this is what God has for me. I need to take action. Number 4, I want you to find accountability. So find someone that can hold you accountable. Share your goals with them. Share what God has placed in your heart that you want to do. And ask them, can they hold you accountable to make sure you are on plan and you are taking those actionable steps every single day and just being consistent. Number 5, take an action step. Take a step of faith. Go for what you have always wanted to go for. Is it starting a YouTube channel? Is it recording your first video? Is it applying to medical school? Is it starting your business? Is it writing a book? Whatever it is, I want you to take that action step and go for it. Start today. Do not delay your destiny. Do not delay those plans God has for your life. A lot of times, yes, it is the enemy that could be holding us back and attacking us. But also, we're our own worst enemy. We hold ourselves back. We have so many different limiting beliefs about ourselves, what we can and we cannot do. We let our, maybe our personality traits hold us back, or, what someone said in our past or our parents hold us back. It's time to stop doing it. It's time to put an end to it, because in the end, we're only hurting ourselves and delaying our own destiny and plans God has for our life. Don't delay. Don't waste time. Don't cut corners. Take action. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more faith-building, confidence videos. And I'll see you next time. Bye.